I want to talk to you about Gaza. I want to talk to you about what was, what could have been, and what is today. The Gaza Strip came under Israeli control in 1967. In 1967, Israel, surrounded on all sides, bellicose rhetoric from the leaders of Egypt and Syria, talking about how Israel will be driven into the sea, that they should prepare to bury all of their Jews. The UN peacekeepers on the Sinai were told to leave by Egypt, and they left. Israel, just over 20 years since the Holocaust, was facing one of the most pivotal and dangerous moments in its history. It launched a series of preemptive strikes, which led to a miraculous victory in what is now known as the Six-Day War. In that action, Israel took control of Gaza from Egypt, who had been in possession of the territory since 1948. And as time went on, and Israel decided that it was time to take a bold step. Peace talks had stalled, the Oslo Accords had stalled. Israeli Prime Minister at the time, Ariel Sharon, decided that Israel must take bold steps for peace. It must take bold steps for the future of both peoples. And in June 2004, his disengagement plan, where Israel would completely disengage from Gaza by the Israeli government. Israel decided that if they left Gaza, if they gave the Palestinians what they have claimed to clamor for since day one, sovereignty, this would be the best hope for the future. Here you would see a Palestinian state thrive in Gaza. You would see economic ties, cultural exchanges. You would see a hope for the future, because by 2004, it really did seem stuck. By the summer of 2005, the plan had been put into action. Israel was to remove all of its citizens. 25 communities were evacuated. 9,000 Israeli citizens were removed from Gaza. Every single Israeli soldier, military installation was removed. Plan to disengage from Gaza did not happen without some opposition. Here were 9,000 people who were being moved. Their homes, where they lived, where they had raised their children, they would never be able to go back to again. And by the 22nd of September 2005, Israel had withdrawn entirely from the Gaza Strip, the 1967 Green Line. Here was an opportunity to see an Israeli Jewish state and a Palestinian Arab state living side by side. Sadly, that's not what happened. The sad reality, is the opposite happened. By 2007, the terrorist organization Hamas would take over the Gaza Strip, and to this day, they control it with an iron fist. Gaza became a launch pad for terror, planning and executing terror attacks against Israeli civilians, launching thousands of rockets. And the tragedy of this is the suffering for the people of Gaza. The people of Gaza are brutalized by their own leaders. The people of Gaza are denied basic rights by their leaders. While Forbes puts Hamas as the second most wealthy terror group on earth, while its leaders live in the lap of luxury in Doha, in Qatar, the people of Gaza struggle. Caught between the corruption, the totalitarian rule, and human rights violations of their rulers in Gaza, and then used as human shields by Islamic Jihad and Hamas when they decide to fire rockets at Israeli civilians while hiding behind the ordinary people of Gaza. It shouldn't have been this way. This sad missed opportunity in which both Israelis, people in Gaza suffer. Gaza should have been the test case for peace. Gaza should have been the symbol to show that this is what can happen in the region. This is what peace looks like. Sadly, Gaza is just another example of a shattered dream gone wrong. Brave step for peace taken by Israel, which sadly has not yielded peace, but more war. We always pray for peace. We always hope for a better tomorrow. We pray for a better future for both Israeli and Palestinian. Pray that someday in the near future, the Palestinian people get a leadership who care more about their welfare, who care more about the future of Palestinian children than they do about hating Israel, about hating the Jews and lining their own pockets. Otherwise, we will just see more and more missed opportunities.